Hello, hi, welcome back to my channel Trishita Reads, and here I am again with another challenge that is so fun. I have seen this challenge all over BookTube. I have seen Destiny doing it, Rachel doing it, Haley doing it, and so many more. These three people are my inspiration when it comes to BookTube content creators, and I look up to them a lot. So I want to dedicate this video to Haley, Destiny, and Rachel. I don't know whether you guys are watching this or will ever watch this, but just know that I love and adore you a lot. The challenge that I have decided to do this week is a random number generator decides the number of hours that I read per day. And since this is a weekly challenge will go on for 5 days. So today is Wednesday and the challenge will go on till Sunday, and I'm super excited. So let's get on with the video. First things first, there's one problem that I wanted to tell you guys about. I don't know whether you will be able to relate with this or not, but I actually love having a TBR when it comes to reading challenges like this because it helps me stay motivated throughout the whole challenge. One problem that I face as a reader is I cannot select books for my TBR. So I had a small simple idea and I made a TBR jar. Here it is. Nothing special, just a recycled candle jar. I have made chits including the names of a few books that are present in my TBR. Some books are from Kindle Unlimited. So I will be picking 5 chits from this jar. I don't know how much time I will read in this video because obviously it will depend on the random number generator, but I am hopeful. I am picking 5 books, but this is fun. Picking chits, selecting books is fun. Making a TBR is fun. So I am just enjoying my process. Let's pick the books for this challenge. Let me first shuffle the chits inside this jar and then I'll pick one. So the first book that I'm planning to read for this challenge is Carpe Corpus. Actually have no idea about this book. Wait, let me grab it first. So this is the book. I don't know when, where, and how I got this book. Coming to the second book that I am planning to read in this challenge is it's The Pearl Thief. So here is the book The Pearl Thief by Elizabeth Vane. I don't even know for how long this book has been sitting in my shelf. Just happy that this challenge is making me read some really old books. The third book. The Betrayals. This is the book Betrayals, and I fell in love with this book because of its cover, to be honest, plus sprayed edges. I am afraid of reading a book by Bridget Collins because the language is very rich, it is very poetic, it takes time to dive into the story to understand completely what the characters are all about. But let's see whether I will be able to read this book this week or not. But I am very excited to finally read this gorgeous beauty. Coming to the fourth book that I will be reading in this challenge is Mrityunjay. This will be a reread for me. I loved reading this book. Here is the book and look at that beauty. Inside of this book is better. Final book that I will be reading or potentially reading in this challenge is oh, okay, The Wicked King. Here is the book The Wicked King. Here is the TBR for this challenge, and how gorgeous this TBR looks. I am super excited and I cannot wait to start this challenge, to be honest. So, as I said, today is Wednesday and I will be starting the challenge now. And I have the random number generator here. So, let's just spin the wheel and see how many hours I read for today. I will be reading for 2 hours today. I am happy that I am starting this challenge on an easy note. The book that I have planned to start with is The Pearl Thief. This book is basically a historical thriller. The main character's name is Julia. She goes to her grandfather's Scottish estate for the last time before it is sold out. But when she goes there, she finds herself caught up in a murder mystery where one of her friends is a suspect, and she goes on a journey where she is trying to help her friend get out of this mess. In this process, she tangles herself in some old grudges, new people, intriguing characters, and obviously a river of pearls. I'll start reading the book in the evening and I'll share the update. It is currently 4:30 p.m. and I am starting with the book The Pearl Thief. Good morning. It is day 2 of the challenge and I did finish reading for 2 hours yesterday. Currently, I am at page 132, almost one third way into the story, and I have mixed feelings about this book. I still am not getting interested in the plot line, even though the plot sounded interesting. As of now, the story is Julie goes to her grandfather's estate after his demise before the estate is sold out, and this estate is surrounded by a river where people can find pearls. Just as a fun activity or sports, people catch pearls in the river. In the estate, Julie's mother and grandmother stay. And before selling the house, they are renovating it. And since it is a old estate, there are several treasures and collections in the house, along with obviously pearls. So there is a scholar who is categorizing these artifacts so that it becomes easier for them to sell the artifacts if they want to. This particular scholar gets close to one helper of the grandmother and they start having a love affair. One day they had an argument, and since that day the guy is missing. Nobody knows where the scholar went. Nobody has found any body. People are predicting that the scholar has either kidnapped or eloped. Local police is investigating the case, but there has not been any conclusion yet. On the day Julie comes to the estate, she starts roaming around the area, and good memories that she spent with her grandfather started coming back to her, and she decides to sit for a bit near the river. Unfortunately, she fell asleep, but she wakes up directly after 3 days in the hospital. Somebody has hit her head in the back, and later on she gets to know that she is the one who has seen the scholar for the last time before he got missing. As of now, I have read this far and I don't know what to feel about this book because it has been more than 100 pages, but I am not getting that vibe from this book. It's like I am able to read the book very easily, but I am not getting hooked to the story. I have to force myself to sit and continue reading and not get distracted. Let's see if this changes. Before that, I have to check how many hours I have to read today. So let's spin the wheel. Oh shit. Okay, let's start reading. It might rain today and I cannot wait. 6 hours of reading for today, and it is almost midnight. I have finished The Pearl Thief. To be honest, I am very disappointed with the story. I did not like the book at all. Unfortunately, nothing worked for me in this book. The writing style was so scattered, the characters had no depth. I did not find the murder plot to be intriguing. All in all, I somehow survived the book, but I simply won't recommend this book to anyone. I am scared if the challenge continues like this, I might end up in a reading slump. Now I will go and sleep, give my eyes some rest. Good night. The last day was very hectic and not good in terms of reading for me. I did finish reading The Pearl Thief, but this book almost gave me a reading slump. And to be honest, I am in a stage where I am not getting any motivation of continuing with this challenge. But I know which book will make me get right back into the track, and it is Mrityunjay. I have read this book before, but I still want to read it again. Writing and the world building in this book is absolutely amazing. The mythological portion in this book is so well researched. So let's spin the wheel first, then I will talk about the plot of this book. Spinning the wheel. I know that I got 1 hour, but I guess I will be reading more, because once you start reading this beauty, I can guarantee that you won't be able to stop. So the book is divided in 4 timelines: present day, 1026 CE, 470 CE, and Satyuga. I will be telling you the plot of the present day only, because I guess if I talk about the other timelines, it will be considered as a spoiler. So the story starts the day before Diwali, and we are introduced to Sudhir Arya, who is a renowned archaeologist, and he is known for his work in the excavation of artifacts near Somnath temple. But he is feeling lonely at his place because his grandchild Vivan is not there with him. Vivan runs a successful media agency in Mumbai, and that job demands a lot of time and energy. However, he is content and he is reading a book in his library when he suddenly hears banging sounds in the door, and it was very late at night. He had this feeling that maybe Vivan has come. But when he started walking towards the door, he felt something negative. Because of some special power, he got to know that it was not Vivan but some other negative energy waiting for him to open the door so that he can kill him. Sudhir realizes that the time has come for him to leave this earth, and to complete a unfinished work, he rushes towards the office. The next day when Vivan gets up, he gets this news that his grandfather has been killed mysteriously. The doctors claim that it is a heart attack, but the mysterious part about this murder is not a single drop of blood is present in Sudhir's body, and there are no physical injuries also. Vivan goes on a journey of understanding what actually happened to his grandfather, and in this journey he gets a series of puzzles that he has to solve so that he can uncover the actual truth. So I just showered and had my lunch, and I was about to finish my 1 hour of reading, but I got the most exciting book mail of this year. How beautiful is that? This just made my day. And along with this series, the bookstore was kind enough to gift me some goodies also. How cute are these annotating tabs? Also, I got these two beautiful bookmarks. This parcel just made my day. And now I will go and start reading Mrityunjay. It is is almost midnight and I am currently at chapter 35, almost halfway through the book. I have read not only one but I guess another hour, and before going to sleep, I will be reading this book. So I don't know how many pages I will read by the end of today, but I am absolutely loving this story. I am not feeling that I am reading this book for the second time because the mythological portion is so jam packed with information. The more you read and the more you understand how intricate our Hindu mythology is. I am loving this book and I am becoming a fan of both the authors. I don't feel like it's weekend. I have been working since morning and I am exhausted. I will sleep for some time and then in the evening I will rotate the wheel and expect the wheel to be a bit kind to me. Technically it is the weekend, that is Saturday, and since the morning I had so much work to do, I simply forgot about this challenge. But it is currently 7 in the evening and I am finally spinning the wheel for today. Before that, I wanted to give you an update about how far I am in Mrityunjay. So I have almost finished Mrityunjay, even though I had 1 hour to read yesterday, but I simply could not put this book down. So I was reading the book till I fell asleep, and I have around 100 pages left. And the most difficult part when it comes to Hindu mythology for me is remembering the names. So, this book has a glossary at the end that has all the names and who they are in short sentences. That has helped me a lot to survive through this story. And apart from that, this book has different shlokas that are obviously significant to the story, but we have heard these shlokas in our day-to-day lives, but we don't know much about their origin and how significant they are, what is their role. And I think this book does a great job in explaining the readers what is the importance of these slokas. And another thing that I am feeling is a bit off in this book is the romance angle. Personally feel that the romance part was actually not needed in the story and it kind of seems forced. Is one of such books in which the plot is so layered and every page holds a lot of information. The story is so damn good that you will not even feel like romance is needed in this book. I know that it's a little bit cheating, but I cannot do anything because of the circumstances I am doing this. I am reducing the 10-hour mark to 5-hour mark, so the random number generator will decide from 1 to 5. So here goes nothing. So let's spin the wheel and see how many hours I have. Thank you, Wheel, for showing mercy. I know that I did a little bit of cheating, but chalta hai. It is currently 11 p.m. and I have finished reading Mrityunjay. It is part of a series, and as a reader, personally, I don't like reading books that are part of a series unless the whole series has come out. But since I got this book as a review copy, I had to read this book. I cannot wait for the book to come out. If you are even slightly interested in Hindu mythology, then definitely go and check this book out. I can guarantee that you will love this book. Now, I still have 1 hour left for reading. I will be picking this book up. Let's move on to the plot of this book. So, this book is a paranormal thriller where the readers are introduced to a small town called Morganville, where vampires and humans live in peace and they have a peace treaty or something like that. But this treaty is broken and the rules are rewritten after the entry of vampire bishop. All the rules of this peace treaty are rewritten and he kind of becomes the self-proclaimed king of this small town, but some of the vampires along with humans form a resistance that is working underground, and they are trying to remove vampire bishop from his power so that the small town becomes peaceful again. And bishop knows about it. He wants to eliminate both vampires and humans that are part of the resistance from this town and wants to continue ruling. And then we are introduced to the main character, Claire Danvers. Claire Danvers, who along with her friends tries to defeat Bishop, but the question is, will the vampires go back to the rules that were present in the peace treaty, or will the vampires be sucking for more power? That's what this book is all about, and I am very interested basically to read this book. Good morning. It is Sunday and the last day of the challenge, and let me give you an update of how many pages I read yesterday. I am currently at page 93 in the Carpe Corpus book, and when I started reading the book, I realized that it is part of a series. It is the sixth book in the series, so it was a little bit difficult for me to get into the book because I did not know anything about what happened in the past. But the author has given snippets of what happened in the past throughout the book, so I am able to understand and where the story is going. So let's spin the wheel and continue with reading this book. This wheel was so kind to me throughout this whole challenge. I got 2 hours for today, and I don't know whether I will be able to finish this book completely, but I'll try to read and finish this book in 2 hours. Let's get into reading, and I will see you after the challenge is complete. Hello, we have finally come to the end of this challenge, and I am so happy with the amount of reading I have done this week. I am halfway through Carpe Corpus. I could not finish the book in 2 hours, which was the designated time for today, but I will be, I guess, finishing this book by today or maximum tomorrow. I am absolutely liking this book because it is so easy to dive into, and the language is so fun to read. The writing is very easy to understand. This is one of those books that you can read very easily, understand everything, and enjoy to the fullest. So I am really liking this book. One outcome that I really loved in this challenge was I read the books that I generally wouldn't have picked if it was in my power to pick the books for this challenge. So I am just happy that I could give these books the time they deserve. For the past 4 to 5 years, they have been sitting in my shelf. I know that some of these books did not work for me that well, but I really liked reading Mrityunjay, and I am so happy that I got to read so much this week, even though this week was very hectic for me, especially the weekends. But the wheel was kind to me. I did a little bit of cheating yesterday, but itna to chalta hai, right? Hope you have enjoyed watching this challenge as much as I enjoyed doing this. If you did enjoy watching this, please subscribe to my channel. It will mean the world to me. Please comment down below what kind of challenges I should do next, and don't forget to like the video. Thank you so much for watching.